Hello, Tony. Number one, Joy. Good to see you as well. Hello, Asso. Hello, Murray. Adarsh, hello. Can you guys hear me okay? That's okay, Murray. Don't focus on that. Move on with your life. Don't wait for her. She does eventually or doesn't matter. Hello, Mark. Is it Mark or Mike? Raf? There it is, Mark. Yeah, okay. 34 male UK. There we go. Thanks very much for letting me know, reminding me of your age and where you're tuning in from. And if you're a man or a woman, I appreciate that. Sandeep, hello, dear. Asso says, peachy color looks nice on you, Mehran. Thank you. Salmon, peach, something mixed up, I guess. Adash says, how to stop being possessive? Just stop. It's like saying, how do I stop a car? Put on a brake. It's within your control. When you ask a question like this about your own behavior, is as if you are not in control of your own behavior. It's like saying, how can I stop seeing that? Well, don't look at it. Look the other way. How can I stop beating my child? Don't fucking beat him. It's unacceptable. It's your hand, it's your behavior, it's your thinking, it's your action. You're supposed to be in control of it, and you are. You're possessive? Don't be. Why? Because you have to understand, she's not your property. Just as you have all these wishes and aspirations and hopes and stuff, plans, the way you function, she is the same. So you don't own her. Do not possess her. Nobody likes to be possessed. You ride a horse. You pull on the rein too hard, the horse starts rearing and bucking and wants to defy you. But you contact with it and communicate with it with your voice, with your legs, with your inner thighs, with your shins, with your heels down, with your posture, with your hands, just playing with it rather than pulling with it. The horse will now listen to your signals. You're communicating. Now, in human relations, you got to learn how to communicate. Possessive, it's not your place to possess anything. Did you create her? No. She's a free human being, and you must respect that. If you respect that, then understand her rights and don't interfere with it. Let her also choose to be the way she is or wants to be, not because she's afraid of you. That's no relationship. That's fear-mongering. So if you want to be a good human being, stop possessing her. If things are not according to what you hoped that it would be in a relationship, then just say, look, it looks like that you have different ways of, negotiating life, and for me that doesn't work out. So, I think we part our ways and we go on our ways. Simple. But the thing is, you want to enjoy whatever it is that you think you'll enjoy from that relationship, but at the same time you don't want her to be who she is or how she wants to be. That's quite a bloody selfish way of thinking at things, and it'll never work. It may work for a while because of reasons, you know, society and dogmas and reputation and things that maybe you need or she needs. Both sides may compromise or may, you know, endure it, but eventually it's going to break down. You look at any nation in the history, no nation under dictatorship lasted forever. Eventually it broke down because people's nature is freedom. They don't want to be dominated. You cannot rule or have a free interaction, relationship based on fear. So stop that. Simple. Stop that. Change yourself. You're trying to change her. Don't change her. Change you. And if things don't work out, civilly just move on. You don't have to be with someone that you don't feel comfortable or you don't think she's up your standards. And so, no big deal. So Tony says, I got with a wonderful girl who was on the rebound. We lasted a little while, 2 months, and I was good to her. She told me she needed time to heal and all that. Should I wait for her? I'm not doing it. No, never. Don't wait for her. If she was in the right mode, she would have continued it. But obviously she's on rebound. She's still got, I don't know, feeling for the other one or whatever she's sorting out. Give her time. If you guys run into each other again after a while, or she comes back, but I doubt it. You move on. Move on and build your life. Keep busy with your life. Don't live for a romance when there is no romance in the horizon yet, or in the field of your vision yet. Focus on your life. Build your life. Enjoy your life. Be productive. Associate with good people, positive people. Then eventually, through all your negotiation and dealing with life, day-to-day life, things could appear, present themselves. Opportunities will present themselves. But you keep looking for it, you're not doing anything that life is all about. And you think that the whole life is about having a relationship. What are you going to do? Okay, you have a relationship. You haven't built a job, you haven't built your, finished your studies or whatever it is that you're involved in. You haven't done all the things that brings lots of joy and preparation and building your life. And you think being with a girl is going to bring all that? No. Even when you're with a girl and you have a girlfriend, hallelujah, you still need to pay the rent. You still need to be successful in your way of accomplishing what you want to accomplish. So what are you going to do then? And for the same reason that is not, you haven't prepared for it, even that relationship will break down and she will leave because she has expectations, and when you didn't have your act together, you can't provide. And regardless of how we want to be independent, still women expect a certain kind of a strong rock to lean on if she needs to, some promise of provisions of being able to count on you if things are not going well. At least, she may be independent, but still she expects you to pull your own weight and be there if it's needed, not to be just la la land and hoping for sex and that's it, that's how you live. So move on. No, move on. You should not wait for anybody unless it's a promise of seriousness that for a reason, like, you know, she has to go, I don't know, visit her, I don't know, ill uncle and come back, things like that. Anything more than that, you don't. Pretty much. Adash says, India 24 male, thank you. Aso says, Mehran, I know this guy from social media for about 10 months, almost a year, and he decided to come visit me last week. What happened before the official meeting, he called and found my phone busy. He accused me of being a bitch and said he don't want a relationship, but he said, I'm coming. If you wanted to have fun, I will be there. Tell her, go fuck yourself. That's what you say. A man who simply wants to accuse you of certain things just because your phone was busy, he's desperate. He doesn't have enough balance to be able to be a good friend, good boyfriend, good helpful soul in your life, or build something together. He's got issues that he has to deal with those first. So tell him, don't bother. She says, I felt bad, Mehran. I blocked him everywhere the moment he closed the phone. Good for you. It's trouble. You gotta be able to be quite smart in life to see trouble before it comes near you. Before it comes near you. In other words, you can sniff it far away. Make proper judgments. Do not ever believe that you can find clarity in darkness. Meaning when something is obviously a bad choice, take it for what it is. Don't get involved with it. It's a bad choice, and you know it. So don't doubt yourself. And Aso says, but I felt sad because we were about to meet. So what? You feel sad if you were about to meet a snake? You feel sad if you were about to meet a crocodile? Well, better not to meet, right? He has been so jealous and controlling. Oh, then you lucked out. Okay, get on with your life. So I'm glad it ended, but I still miss him, I guess, because I have so much free time. Okay, you don't miss it. You were conditioned to the exchange that you had with him for 10 months, but that does not represent that is a good choice. It just means, you know, that was something that you needed, and long distance usually doesn't have any problems with it, because you guys are long distance, just chatting on the phone, and you think then everything is rosy. But as soon as a person physically comes to socialize with you and you see them how they behave in real life, then you can see, wow. You can never ever allow your imagination or assumption of someone or something that you may feel it would be beneficial to you represent to you that person. You gotta actually understand what that person is all about. Not because, oh, well, you have free time and you're spending time on the phone, so then that must be a good person. No, it's the time that you're enjoying. You need to do something with your time. It doesn't mean that that person is the right choice to be a friend with. Yeah? Okay. Sayantam says, hello, sir. Hello, Sayan. My problem is, as soon as I awake in the morning, the thought of my ex appears into my mind in a blink and suddenly saddens me within a fraction of a second. Yeah, because you've been thinking about her before you slept. Don't think about her before you slept. Think about another woman, another girl. There's so many pretty girls around in the world, so many good women that you can build a life with, or a relationship or friendship with. But when you start constantly thinking about one woman, then you're conditioning yourself. Whatever you keep thinking about, well, you may get up with that thought in your head because it's unresolved. You never decided that, okay, that relationship, that woman is not the right one, or it's broken up. So I don't need to think about it. I'll move on. And you build your life around all possibilities that are out there and what you want to accomplish. But if you kept thinking about it, oh, you know, my ex, this and that, well, then you get up with that thought in your mind. And then, of course, the intimacy and sex and the things that you have conjured up in your mind about a relationship, then you figure, oh, you know, I'm missing it. Oh, she's now going to be with somebody else. And all these things, what makes you sad? Well, it's okay. So be sad. Sad is part of life, but doesn't mean that it's going to do anything to you. Just move on. Move on with your life and forget about her. Don't allow her to control your life, and don't allow your imagination to make thinking about her a reality or something that is important. It is not a sin to forget her. Understand this. Many of you build up a certain kind of a relationship, or certain, you know, a girlfriend that you have, you build her up as if it's almighty. And when it breaks up, because you're focused on your ego and how it was, and the society will look at you, you have a girlfriend, and it's so important to have a girlfriend, and then the sex and everything, all that to you is what you're focusing on. And then you think, oh, that was the most important thing in your life. No. It's okay not to be with that girl if it's not working. You made a big deal out of it in your own imagination, and then you believe your imagination is correct. And you say, oh, I don't have that, what my imagination told me. So what do I do now? You get saddened. Free yourself from that need. I don't need that. Life is bigger than that. I don't need that. I'm focusing on pleasure. But she's not the right one, because if she was the right one, she would be with me. So why is it that I still want her? Because I'm focusing on pleasure. And something that was giving me pleasure, I think is the right thing for me. Pleasure is good, but not every pleasure is good for you. And it shows its characteristics. Believe it. Believe your logic. Believe your intellect. And move on. Moray says, Tony says 25 Florida male, by the way. Thank you, Tony. Murray says, I talked to my mom. She suggested I send her flowers for her new place. Too mushy? What do you think? Yeah, too early. Leave it. I don't even know where she lives yet. Should I ask her where is? No, don't. Don't ask her. Don't show interest. Move on with your life. Let the time pass. If you still thought that she's making overtures or interest or whatever, then you always be cordial and polite and helpful, but not until she asks. If she doesn't ask, don't interfere. Live your life. Don't try to lasso her back. Let her be free. Let her miss you if that would happen. You focus on building your life and building your health and live a positive life. Rehabilitate yourself from the things that you want to be away from. Recondition yourself. Get some exercise to your fitness level, healthy exercise, healthy level of exercise. Do things that you got to do that is positive and productive. Change yourself in the meantime. That's your chance. Don't worry about, oh, she's going to go with somebody else. And it doesn't matter. She will or she wouldn't. You still have to fix certain things in yourself and get busy with that. If the opportunity comes along and you still think of her the same way, and she actually, feels like, oh, she maybe want to communicate with you, then that's the time you think about it. Now, don't occupy yourself with those thoughts. Just build your life. That's your chance. as much as you want to have her, why don't you try to focus on the things that you should be having in your life, which is building yourself, you know, conditioning yourself, and you know, re-sculpturing yourself, and bringing more quality to your life and the things that you wanted to accomplish. Work on yourself now, instead of thinking she's the solution. She's not the solution. You are the solution for your problems. Fix those, then you will attract other women. If not, maybe her, doesn't matter. But at the moment, that focus on the fact that you gotta rebuild your life. That's all. And then we'll see what happens later. Tony says, so someone on the rebound after a long, serious relationship is incapable of making an emotional connection with a new person. Pretty much. I was really good to this girl as she was with me. She met my family, affecting me. I am a fun guy with lots of friends, and they know the situation. They tell me forget about her, but I'm not sure why she still is in my head. Well, because that's what you needed, and she was nice to you for whatever reason, and you had a good time. It was pleasurable, and you took her to your family too soon, met your family. What the fuck for? Who is she? You gave her this echelon of high because you had the hots for her. So you gave her this importance by taking her to your family. You suddenly wanted to have a package deal. You're my girlfriend now because you've been to my family. You saw them. You're my girlfriend now. And suddenly she said, what the fuck? What's going on? So that was a bit too early. So just stay away from her. Just as you miss her, maybe she is too. But you keep going forward, then she'll say, oh, maybe he's not that cool because he comes after me. So maybe he's not that cool. Maybe I should just move on. Let her be. Let her sort things out herself. Don't think about her right now. Focus on your life. Build your life. Just like before you knew her. Do whatever you're supposed to do. Enjoy your life. Build your life. And then maybe a few months later, she will contact you, or she won't. Doesn't matter. Excuse me. Don't focus on her. Classica Polskiego. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. I don't know if that's the last name or first name or anything, or just the name. Says, hello. I have a question. How to fight depression and lack of energy for anything. Over the last few months, my goals are meaningless and I can't find drive for anything. Have you checked with your doctor to make sure there is no chemical imbalance in your blood chemistry? Sometimes they find that you are, I don't know, short of serotonin or lithium or whatever it is that they will figure out that needs to be tested. Once you get that done and you are clear that you're okay, then you can focus on some deeper discussion with yourself and figuring out what it is that has made you disappointed or kind of disconnected a little bit. Was it a relationship that just broke down? Was it something that disappointed you that didn't turn out to be what you expected to be? Did some plan didn't come to fruition? Something has spoiled a march that you had on for achieving certain thing? You will figure that out. First, make sure that you are in chemistry where you're okay, and then you will figure that out. Because you always have to find something that you're interested in, and that interest will engage you and then restart the generator for bringing more energy and more hopefulness and more drive and so on to go on with your plans. But when you already tried for something or wished for something and it didn't turn out, you kind of feel like, oh, then nothing else matters, which is truly bullshit, but that's how we feel. and they kind of go through a down sort of a behavior or mood until you find another spark that interests you, and then you become hopeful again and you want to try. But try to not to oscillate in life, that if something good is happening, then I'm good. If something good is not happening, then I'm not good. So you're dependent of what is happening rather than this is how I swim. If it's going to be stormy, I'll swim harder. If it's going to be soft water, then I'll swim more pleasurable. But I'm going to swim anyhow. It's not about what kind of a water it is, then I will swim or not swim. I hope you get the gist of it. In other words, is you make the decision that I'm going to have my life with energy. Not that if this happens, then I'm energetic, and if this happens, then I am disappointed and depressed. No, I want to see things happening for me, and I'm going to do my best, regardless of if they turn out to be what I want or not. I'm going to take strives. I'm still going to continue, because that's my way. I continue things. I make things happen, regardless of if it's uphill, downhill, stormy water or soft water. I walk, I march, I swim. That's my way. That's what you think. Then it doesn't matter if things turn out the way you want or not. You get disappointed, so okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, I got disappointed. But I still got to march, because there would be another thing behind that hill that it could actually end up making me feel, I'm closer to what I'm going to achieve. I don't give up. That's what you should be thinking. That's what life is all about. Otherwise, you're at the mercy of the events of life. You want to be the boss of you. You want to dictate how things will be for you, for your mood, because you have a persona that wants to march. It doesn't matter where. I'm going to march. It's going to be raining, sunny, thunder, tsunami. I'm going to march, because that's me. I take shelter when it's tsunami and hurricane. I march when, again, it's okay. But I march. I will not forget about marching. That's me. I'm not going to, a hurricane keep me down. But once it's passed, I go. I find holes to still move, do my things in a different way until the weather is good again. If the weather is bad, okay, I don't play tennis, but I'm going to go swimming. If the weather is bad, I may not that bad, I'm not going to go swimming. I'm going to go do something else indoor. Keep the activities going towards the goals that you want to achieve, regardless of what the conditions outside are. Modify it, but keep your eyes on the prize. That's how you should think. Then you beat the depression in most cases, unless there's some kind of a chemical imbalance, which then you get help from your doctors and their, supplements and so on that they can help you with. No, I have my tea, Murray. It's right here. Aso says, Mehran, when can someone allow his or her ex to come back to one's life? What are the allowed scenarios? It depends how long has it been? If you guys hit it off again, if you guys discuss, if you guys see changes, or if you're going to just be cordial and nice to each other after a while, and then when you get back together, turn around and be the same kind of a personality and situation and create the same kind of problems as you did before, but that's not good. So you got to make sure that the changes are genuine, the growth and maturity is genuine. And then you may decide, okay, we'll try it again. But usually when a breakup happens, usually 99% of the cases, that's the end of it. Because human being, most especially in those younger ages, they're hurt, they're still bloody from the breakup, and they have issues that they have qualms against each other. You did this, you said that, what did you mean? They go back to the same shit. It's not a clean slate. The reflections of the old productions, they're still there. You're still trying to understand clarity, bring clarity to what was not so clear then. you still are after that. If you let all that go and see each other as you are today, not with the eye of the past, then it may work. But if you're still going to be having this in mind, that because your ego wants to make sure that did she or did he behave the way that he should have, or was it like that, then all those questions will not allow you to see that new person, that maybe even he or she has changed now, but you won't be able to see them because you're still looking at them with having the previous challenges in mind. So you're looking at that person still with the eye of the past, perceiving that person, not seeing him or her as he or she has grown and matured and changed. So if those things cannot be put aside, you will always have the same problems again. It will slip in because you have decided that your ego is more important than you, and you're trying to fluff your ego by diving into deep and trying to bring assurances and fact findings and investigation, and it makes it all uncomfortable. And it's all because your ego. Otherwise, nothing really has happened. Nothing. It's all what you've created in your mind. Nothing big, so detrimental has happened. But the thing is, we have made ourselves so important that we can't even stand somebody being, something going a little different than we thought. Oh, that means I'm not good enough. It was done against how I wanted it to be done. All that creates some kind of a expectation, and you kind of fool yourself as into you're the highest, high and mighty, almighty. That is when your ego has taken over and it is no longer about you. It's about serving your ego. Then everything falls apart. Jesse Schmidt says, 23, Netherlands, female. Hello, Jesse Schmidt. I was isolated at home for years due to physical pain. Now I am struggling with being confident, opening up and expressing emotions. I want to open up and be myself so bad. What can I do? Well, Jesse, I need a little bit more information. What is that opening up about? To open up about what? What has it been in you that you kept it so hidden that you want to open up? What opening up about what? About emotions, that you like somebody or not? What is it? Remember, you cannot turn any possibility of a boyfriend into your psychologist or counselor. You can't do that because that person may or may not want to have that role. He wants to have a girlfriend, but he doesn't want to be the counselor. He doesn't want to have that load on him. He wants to understand you, like you, love you, but you can't turn him into where you want to find answers and unload everything on him. Maybe you can find someone that you can talk about your issues that may be in your area, or you can go on my site and make an appointment and see what suits your needs, and then you can have talks with me on Skype on one-on-one basis and discuss your issues, and we'll explore it together. Otherwise, if you want to load that on any friend that you find, eventually, you see, they have their own stories, they have their own shortcomings, they have their own challenges. They also want to be having an outing with a friend and feel good and get away from their problems. But if you constantly want to open yourself up and get all those frustrations or feelings out, and they become your, listening post, they might not enjoy it after a while, and they start not coming around. So you got to be careful how much of a dose you give out. Maybe small doses would be okay. But don't turn your friends into your counselors that will shy away, because they're just another human being like you. They have their own issues. They just want to, you know, socialize. So, for the lack of information, I don't know what else I can say, because I don't know what it is that you want to open up about. Guys, don't forget to click on the like on the live talk, please. It helps us out to be more known. By the way, we are kind of close to 15,000. We are about, I think, maybe, I don't know, 50, about 50 or 47 or some subscribers to hit 15,000 finally. We are way far away from 1 million that we have in mind, but hey, that's wonderful. We're moving fast these days. Hello, Roxana. Good to see you, dear. Where you say thank you, you're welcome. Nikolai says, male 22, Norway. 1 month since the breakup, and I have a hard time of letting her go. It doesn't go a day where I don't think of my ex. I miss her so much, and the fact that she has moved on is frightening. Why is it frightening? What do you think will happen? You think she's gone, your dick is gonna fall off, or you'll never have sex again? Or what is it that you're afraid of? What do you think she was at age 22? You hardly know yourself, Nikolai. You hardly know what kind of a woman you really want. All you know right now is that you love women and you want sex. And you want that relationship to feel good, to feel important. That you're a boy at 22 and you have a girlfriend. Yay! That's how you're going about it. But otherwise, there was no mystic about her. She's just another girl. A girl who actually chose to move on. So she's no longer qualified. In your mind, she should not be qualified to be with you. Because number one rule for wanting someone is if she wants you too. If not, no good. So for you, you have to figure out, why is it that you want her? What do you think? Why do you think she's so that good? Why? What has she accomplished in life? Has she come up with the cure for cancer or for common cold? Has she come up with a, I don't know, scientific discovery for the, human survival, or survival of Earth, or humanity, to end sufferings for people around the world? What has she done that she's so important, the love of your life? What qualifies her to be that human being that you really think she probably is? Nothing. Only sex. That you got pleasure from her. Because you are built, your whole life is built around pleasure. And the highest form of pleasure for a heterosexual male is sex. The woman that he loves to have sex with. So, and that's really where it's how it's limited, your relationship with her, your love for her, your thinking about her. Now, if you now move on from the fact that you're now clear that she's not really that special, but what you could arrive to through relationship with her, ecstasy, sex, intimacy and all that, is what made her important, then you can realize that, oh, lo and behold, I can have that, all that, with another girl, which I will hit it off well, and I will find that, wow, she's even far better qualities than this one. We hit it off well. For one reason, she's with me. So that means we have more things in common than the one who left. So be realistic and don't put her on pedestal in a way that you think actually it's her character, accomplishment in life, that you think she's so great. No, she hasn't done a damn thing in her life. She's another student or some young girl that she's still trying to find herself. What's so special about it? What has she accomplished in life? Nothing. The fact is that you get pleasure from there, and you think then that qualifies her to be all the best and everything that there is in life that life can offer you. Get your act together, see it for what it is, not what your pleasure center tells you that that's what she is. She's nothing. Nothing more than a girlfriend. That's it. She's not the humanitarian, so important to the world. She's just another human being who you had a relationship with and didn't work out. Okay, go on with another one. That's it. That's the secret. There's nothing frightening about it. So what? Your ego says, oh, she's sleeping with somebody else. Okay, so what? You go on and sleep with somebody else when it's the right girl and the right choice. Simple. The reason she's important because you made her important in your mind. Otherwise, in reality, she's just another girl. No big deal. Tony says, true. It was too fast, way too fast. All right, Tony, good. Roxana says, 24, Iran. I am so overwhelmed right now. Everything's changing in my life. And I'm waiting for my master test result. And I'm thinking about a lot of things. And with seasons changing, I'm getting depressed. Change that season changing depressing mode to a cozy mode. You know how things get cold a little bit, windy a little bit, and it's not that warm anymore. Make some tea, watch a movie, cuddle with your favorite blanket, read a nice book, plan for your future, enjoy dreaming a little bit, and find solace and comfort in things that pleasures you, because you haven't changed. Season has changed, but you still like the same thing. You still can enjoy same kind of topics of discussions and books and cuddling up and watching a good movie. You're still the same person, or things out there changes on daily basis. But I can't let my mood go up and down because it's stormy, it's rainy, it's sunny now, it's windy now. Well, I couldn't get the bus. Oh, I got to go there to buy grocery. Well, these are things you got to do. Keep yourself together. Move along to accomplish the things you want to accomplish, regardless of the season or weather, and turn that season into things that is actually nice and only special to that season. Well, you can't do certain things that you can do in fall, in the middle of summer. So do the things that is good for fall. For example, here, around this time, people starts, well, in a little bit later, in about 2 months, when we're right in the middle of fall, and things are a little bit colder, rainy, and so on. Well, it's not summer, you can't do the summery things anymore, but then you look forward to Halloween. It's like a celebration here of carving pumpkins and going door to door for candies, and kids do that, and the little shows here and there for scary stuff and movies and so on. And that's the atmosphere that you can enjoy, the certain kind of a coziness that brings along with it. So these are things, speciality about fall. The winter has its own things. Maybe a little fireplace or cozy get-togethers, or I don't know, people go skiing or do things that has to do with winter. The spring has its own things, new blossoms, change, new leaves, new plans, school is about to end, and so on. Summer, again, new activities, new plans, and so on. So you are going to be the same. You just have to figure out what things are appropriate for that part of a year, and then you get engaged with that. Not try to, if you try to constantly think about the things that you could do in summertime while it's now fall, then you'll be depressed. Oh, I can't do the things I used to do in summer. I can't wear my, let's say, I don't know, short dress and high heels and walk in the summer sun because it's winter, it's raining, you got to change your clothes and have a different kind of a get up. If you keep thinking about the things you could do, I can't play tennis and it's fall and you're thinking about things you can do in summer, then you get depressed. I can't go do this because, well, you got to think about what things you can do now, not things that you could do in the previous season. So be with the now, be with the present, and then reorganize your activities suitable for now, suitable for this time, for this season. And then things will seem a little bit different. Okay, I hope that was something for you to help you not to be depressed. Anyhow, everybody goes through that, but that is not something that you should think it will be forever. Aso says, Mehran, I'm so excited for the future. Good to hear that. I will finish university very soon, after a month. Wonderful. But at the same time, I feel scared. No, don't be scared. Scared of what? And I feel like something bad is going to happen. No, usually when everything is going right, human being starts becoming apprehensive, and the negative thoughts come into the picture, because negative thoughts always attacks what you love the most and how things are going great. And basically that's the way to alert you, to protect yourself. That's the role of the mind. And sometimes it gets overactive and becomes too negative and alerts you all the time and makes you feel if something bad is going to happen. No, you feel that way because everything is going well. And because you don't want to lose that, you get afraid and you want to protect it, and the negative thoughts of losing that comes to the picture because it's something that you love so much and you're happy that everything is going so well. When usually things are going so well and you're very happy, suddenly you get worried about what if things don't stay the way it is. So you get afraid of that, and that initiates negative thoughts and brings that fear that you're talking about. Otherwise, you keep doing what you're doing, be precise and do what needs to be done, everything will go right, and no worries about that. She says, like last time with my father, when I was forced into a mental hospital, I feel like he will ruin my life and still will, even if I go my way. No, he won't. He can't. He is here to make sure that my life is a living hell. No, you don't think that way. Just think that I'm doing my best, and I will get my certificate, my graduation will be done, and I will get a job, and I will handle my life, and my father will turn around and he will eventually learn to respect me, and I'm not worried about that. I will do my best, whatever situations are going to be. That's how you look at it. Otherwise, your mind will run off with all these negative thoughts and make you feel like, oh, they're actually reality. Astro says, I believe in myself, I love life, and the picture of the future is kind of clear to me. I'm saving money and talk to some friends about it, also doing what can protect me from him, but he has lots of connections and money. So what? It's your dad. He can't be really that vicious, and if he is, you find ways to move away, even if you have to go to another city. That's it. Astro says, Mehran, I wish I can meet you in person. I love you. Oh, I love you too, dear. Thank you very much. You're so kind and sweet. Thanks for the kind words. You'll be okay. Just keep doing what you're doing. Stay on course. Do your best. Keep your balance. Don't let winds that is part of life move you too far backward and forward. Just flex with it, but don't lose your footing. Don't lose your roots. And you will not, because you're focused. You're a smart girl. I can see that. Now, let's see if we have Tony says, when you chase someone, they want nothing to do with you. When you don't, they come back. I learned years ago not to chase to be needy, but to be controlling ego is hard for me. Well, lots of hard things are out there, but we got to conquer them anyhow. So go to it. Bahavik Nana, 27-year-old, Western upbringing. Broken up 6 months of a 5-year relationship. Okay. 5-year relationship. That means you entered that relationship when you were 21-year-old. And 26 and a half, you broke up, and you're 27 now, 6 months passed. That's a long relationship for that age. You had no business to be in a 5-year relationship at age 21. It's probably your first or second girlfriend. You didn't know anything. Well, you're lucky that it broke up. You have a chance to meet other girls and other possibilities and find out what other things are suitable to you. That was going to break. When a long relationship starts at a very early age, bound is going to break up, because at an early age you don't even know who you are. She doesn't know even what she wants or what you want. You guys don't know each other, let alone knowing what kind of woman or man in each one of you are looking for. So obviously it's a natural thing that it broke up. If it didn't break up, it would have been pretty unusual and probably would have broken up later on after you guys had kids, and it would be a hell, because you will always wonder what it would have been. What you've lost is something that you were used to. I don't think it was the right girl, because from age 21 to 26, 5 years, both of you have changed so drastically. But now your idea of a partner is different. You may want a totally different girl, and she may want to, you know, she finds things about herself and goes, and you both might have changed your minds. So it's good that it broke up. Wondering if I will have the same connection that I had with the ex with another. No, never. But you may have a better connection, because that connection was not a connection. It was a childhood connection that based on, you know, things that you guys didn't know why you have this connection. You spent 5 years of bullshit. No real discussion, no real understanding of who you are, your own psyche, what are your fears, what are your aspirations, what are your ego all about, what is your desire talking about, what is your thought and consciousness thinking about. All of that, it was just doing things, you know, eating and having sex and going to school and doing whatever it is, having a job. You created a routine, and now you're in love with that routine, with that order. That's what you're missing. You don't necessarily miss each other, you miss the order. And definitely you will find a good connection with another girl. Everything's gonna be mysterious, everything's gonna be new, and you are a new person. You are a new person. You are with new experiences in your life. You know a little bit more about yourself. You perhaps have a job now. You are in a different echelon of life. You're trying to find new things and more things. You need someone who can also share all those with you, and you share her hopes with her and help each other. So it's a different level of finding a relationship, which is a far better time for you to find someone suitable. And that was a good experience, and I'm sure you guys will remember each other. That's it. That was the duration of that mode of life. But it's not supposed to be that for the rest of your life, because that started too early without really you guys knowing what you want. At that age, you guys would have picked anything that would be nice to you, because we are attracted to each other, even friends, by attention. And you were needed attention at that age, and her attention was enough for you to think she's wonderful, and your attention was enough to make her feel good, and then you guys became boyfriend, girlfriend, you know? But what kind of attention did you expect at that time? It was different attention that you would expect now. It's a higher quality and expectations now. So that's what you are facing with, which is a good time in your life. So no worries. No, don't worry about those things, Esther. Just keep marching forward. Keep marching forward. Opportunities will come again and again and again. You just be ready for the next opportunity. It's not like one opportunity has gone and that was the only opportunity that could have come your way. No, Opportunities are like waves of the ocean. They come and disappear, and then they come again and disappear. Then something else come and disappear. It doesn't mean just because a wave disappeared, there's not going to be any more waves. The waves are there. You just have to be in the right mode to take them and swim with them, or enjoy them, or splash with them, or interact with them. So the opportunity will come again, and jobs will come, and careers will come again. You're so young right now. Chill out. Just keep doing what you're doing. Santan says, thank you for the help, sir. You are next to God. Oh my goodness, that's so big pill to swallow. Thank you very much. I appreciate kind words. Love and respect from India. You're quite welcome. Jesse says, opening up about how I feel, what I am. I mean, opening up to just people around me, just being myself more, because myself more, because I had such a little social contact in those years. Now I'm too independent. Okay, you want to open up, yes, but let me be a little bit funny. It's like if you want to start ballet, and if you simply do this split right away, you're going to tear up your groins, you know, between your legs. So you got to be gentle. You want to open up a little bit, enough to make you feel, feels good. The pressure is off. But if you do all at once, like the split, you're going to tear up. You're going to become too exposed. You're going to be too, feel weird. I opened up so overly. And on the other side, it's like you're a dam holding lots of water, and instead of just a little bit of a faucet opening to let the water come so the other side gets wet or drinks a little bit water, you're opening the whole dam and splashing the whole goddamn thing. You're gonna blow that person who's in contact with you or having socializing with you, just blowing it out of the world, because it's so much opening, so much water gushing out. So in moderation, gentle, don't rush. You're independent, so first time you do a little bit of a stretching, and eventually over time you meet more people and you learn how to open up. Because opening up doesn't mean that you just let them know whatever, or you start behaving like how you missed behaving and all of it you want to do it at the same time. It looks funny. So pace it and see if you feel like saying, you know, what a nice dress you're wearing, just say it. But if you want to say, oh, you're so good looking, well, just tone it down. If you want to say, you know, oh, it would be lovely to go for tea, would be fine if you find a new friend. But if you tell her, oh, you know, you're so wonderful, I want to come and spend the evening and have a kind of a pajama party at your place. It's still too open, yeah? It's too early. So pace it. You can open up, but open up a little bit, and then a little bit more, and then you'll see how people are, how they respond to you, and what is appropriate for you, how you feel comfortable with. And you can do that. You are in control. They're not. You can be as open as you want if you think it's appropriate and it's proper environment that would reciprocate and would enjoy with you. And sometimes you feel, no, it's not really that kind of atmosphere. You will feel it. Or that kind of a character, you will feel it. Then you will kind of tone it down. You're in control. You can do whatever you want. There is nothing wrong with opening it up. But just be aware who you're opening it up with. You know, don't tell people everything about yourself, if that's opening up means to you. Just first see if they're opening up, who they are, and just match their opening. If they are like saying certain things that makes you feel good, then you continue on that a little bit. And if you think the mood is kind of okay, you've done the opening up for today, then you kind of close it up for that day until the next time. Gently walk into it. You're in control. You can do whatever you want, but pace yourself. I'm not sure if I was helpful or not, because I'm still not that quite clear, but perhaps it was something to think about. You know, another thing I want to tell you is that opening up is like, I'm going to use the tennis analogy. If you're going into the court with your racket and the tennis ball, and you want to be just like the other person who's playing from the other side of the court, that's not going to be right. You play your own game. You hit the ball the way you like to hit it. You hit the ball the way you know how to hit it, where you know how to hit it, how hard, how slow, whatever style it is, good or bad, doesn't matter. Don't try to imitate the other side. Don't try to be as good or as bad as the other side. You just do your best. That's all. You don't worry about how it looks, what you're doing to the other side. You don't worry about how the other side is good or bad. Oh, then how am I going to look compared to that? No, you just do your best. That's all. Focus on doing your best. Just hit the ball the way it's most comfortable. Position yourself in the way most comfortable. Time yourself the way most comfortable, and hit the ball the way it's most natural for you. Same thing. Just see how it feels. Be yourself. Do your best. Make a decision. Oh, that's how far I want to open up. That's what I want to say. And you will decide that, yeah, it's appropriate. It's okay. I can say that. It's not a big deal. But slowly, and focus on what makes you feel good. Nothing else. And then you will know how far you can open up with that person, or it's enough type of thing. Ashton says, Mehran, you've helped me more than you know, more than you could ever imagine. Thank you for all you do. You're quite welcome, Ashton. Remember, you should remind me where you're tuning in from, how old you are, and man or woman, because I'm not sure if Ashton could be man's name or woman's name. It could be both, I guess. Sometimes I'm not sure. Help me out here. And hope you guys have subscribed to the channel. If you haven't, please do. And click on the bell so when I go live, you all get alerted and informed, and a notification. And please share the videos you like on your social media to help us grow. And anything else you can do to promote us, that would be great. Just make sure you've subscribed, guys. We need, and share the videos. That's very important for us to get the word out. Chelani Gaming, may I ask you a question? Of course, that's why we are here, Chelani. Now remember, but before you ask a question, please let us know where you're tuning in from, how old you are, and if you're a man or a woman. I can't see the little avatar here. Don't know what it is. Only dollars. Only dollars. Okay. All right. My ex was a narc, or narc. Narc standing for narcissist. Used me up and was gone. All she used to say is, we have a lifetime and I never want to lose you, and ghosted me. Lol. That was a piece of work probably, so don't give a shit. Move on. Obviously, you see, you made a mistake thinking of that person being whatever. That's what they are. They lie, do whatever they can to steal a little emotion here and there, and then because they don't even know who they are, let alone know what they want, and to be good to somebody else. They're just selfish cowards who try to take as much as they can, and that's the way a narcissist works. So go count your stars and be happy and celebrate that you got rid of such an asshole. Nikos Bumba. Oh, hello. You haven't been around for a while. Nikos Bumba, I think, I don't remember exactly, but I do remember you've been here before. Mike says, 23 male US, thank you for letting me know that. Is it healthy to use the breakup as in a way to improve yourself and focus on meeting new people? Yes, of course. I'm not happy where I am with my recent breakup. Yeah, of course. You just understand the breakup means a new beginning. Everybody thinks breakup is the end. Breakup is a new beginning. It's the end of something that wasn't working. It's like a car you had, it wasn't running well, and it broke down, which means the beginning of going to a dealership and buying a new one. So it's great news that you finally got to the end of that car, because it kept working, not working, working, not working, and going through this hoopla, and now it's decisive. It's not working, it's broke down. That's it. Now you make a decision. Okay, now either I take the bus, walk, my bicycle, or buy a car. There are new decisions to be made. When a breakup happens, it's time for you to face the reality that this that was broken for a long time finally has stopped working, and I can see there's no hope for it. Now I'm hopeful. Because there's no hope for this, I'm not going to waste my time and imaginations and energy on this. I'm going to be hopeful in reality for finding something that works. That's what breakup is supposed to mean. And on that note, you go on and learn from whatever experience you had, understand that the duration of that, whatever it was, it's finished. Anything has a duration in this life, and that is no exception either. A relationship, had a relationship, you had a relationship, its duration ended, and now it's time to move on, like anything else. What happens when you get, when you don't like your job, you leave it, or you get fired, you leave it, and you go find another. The duration of that finished. Your school finishes. The duration of it finished. You, what, you want it to be in there forever? No. You got to move on, expand the horizon, and experience new things. You know, so relationship was an experience. You learn things. Now it's not working. Okay, great. With the things I learned, I'm going to modify it and go and find and build another one. That's how you should look at it. It's not the end, it's a beginning of other opportunities. So, let's go to Tuta. Guten Abend, meine Freunde. Guten Abend, Tuta. Wie geht's heute? Jesse Schmidt says, what do you think is the best age to have the most chance of a successful relationship? Pretty much after 28, yeah, after 27, 28 years old, you can have a good chance to start figuring out things and analyzing better, choosing better, looking for things that is suitable and meets your standards, having a standard, knowing what you want, what you expect, not just expecting to be chosen. You will also be choosing. You will also be doing the choosing. Not that, oh, she likes me, or in your case, you say, oh, the guy likes you, so that's enough. No. You got to see if you're liked, and also you like that person. You're looking for a girlfriend. The fact that the girl likes you is one part of it. It's not the whole part of it. How about you? Do you also think she's qualified enough for you? Her behavior, manners, way of thinking, lifestyle. Or are you only focusing on pleasure? Oh, she wants me so I can have sex. Oh, great. Okay, I can have a girlfriend. Okay, then I can see. No. No, 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 no. That's for age, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Age 28 and onwards, you should know who you are, what you're offering, and what you expect. And you do the qualification. You see if she qualifies you, if you're qualified in her mind, and you also see if you qualify her and if she's qualified in your mind by having certain criteria that you expect her to meet. And then If some is there, some is not there, you guys give each other enough time and see if you guys can compromise and figure things out and things get better, or understanding or communication will help out and all that so forth, or not. That's how you go about it. Roxana says, Dear Mehran, yes, dear Roxana, I just want to know how to stay strong and keep our emotions alive after every wrong person and broken relationship, because you should be focusing on that person or that relationship or those people or those relationships are not all there was for life to offer you. Life is not summed up in a bunch of relationships or bunch of people alone. There is a vast life out there, humongous number of opportunities out there, so much hope and possibilities out there. If you want to limit this vast life with just the number of relationships or number of people that you have experienced, well, then you're not doing justice to the whole experience of life as it is. Life is far bigger than that. If you're going to look at this big, whole, huge scenery and theater of life through a small peephole, you will only see an amount equal to the diameter of this hole, and then you will think that this whole life out there is only as big as this, what can be visible through this hole. You should take the door open, take your eyes away from the hole, open the door and see with both eyes the whole expansiveness of this life. And then you will see the experience that you had, the relationships that I had, the people that you know, they're just a fragment of the opportunities that could be possible in this world, because the world is humongous. So don't limit yourself to what the past experiences and relationship with people that you know was. Understand the limitless of the opportunities and possibilities of the people that you could meet and the relationships that you could experience as life turns and moves forward. Now, Tony says, I'm 25. I feel like I should start looking for a good woman. Well, that's the intention of all of us, isn't it? All of us men who love women, we always look for a good woman. But good woman depends on if it's qualified for you, suitable to you. There are lots of good women around, but depends on what is suitable and matching properly to what your expectations are. So he says to make a wife out of her. You don't make a wife out of her. You get married and she will be the wife that she can be, and you will be the husband, the best husband you can be for her. You can't make a wife out of her. It is not you making anything out of her. She is her own woman. You have to understand that. Approach it with this opinion, to be with her, not to possess her, not to turn her into this or that, to communicate with each other and find out what works for both of you. Modify yourselves on your own if that's necessary, not to force and focus on changing the other to make it comfortable for you, but you will not change to make it comfortable for her. It's a two-way street. And he says, I'm a Cuban, and in my country we marry early. But here in the USA, it's a lot different. Should I be worried? No, why should I be worried? 25 is too early to get married anyhow. You should have finished your education, you should have a job, be able to provide, and you should know really who you are first, understand your abilities and shortcomings and strong points, and learn flexibility and balance and cooperation and reasonability and fairness. Treat yourself well, treat your friends and treat your family well, and treat your girlfriend well, fairly. And usually those things happen when you're from to age 28 and up. And then you look to see if you can find someone suitable that you are both qualified for each other and have things to offer and make each other's lives better. And not just your life better, her life better. And in her case, not just her life better in her mind, also she would help to make your life better. So it's a cooperation, two-way street. No, don't be worried. It's too early. 25 is no time, no age to be married at all. It depends on where you are, of course, but you know, maybe, but definitely not in North America. Roxana says, and not lose hope over shitty things that happen to us. Yes, I think we just responded this part as well in my previous answer. David says, age 23, Dallas, Texas. Oh, hello, David. I forgot all about you. And I said, oh, David. Oh, this is it. Age 23, Dallas told me all about it. Because you're usually at the first few, and when I haven't seen you at the first numbers, then that means he's not here today. You guys, don't forget, if you have not clicked on the like of the live stream, please do before you forget. And don't forget to share the videos that you like on social stream or social media to help us to grow and be more noticed by YouTube algorithm. Tuta says, Mehran, I am from ex-Yugoslavia. Aha, so what, Serbia, Croatia? Belgrade. Here we get married very early. I'm 28 now, and I feel all the time like a bit hard to find a good woman. Like that I don't have much time. No, you do. You have lots of time, no hurry. Do not get married in a hurry. Lots of time. Get to know her for a year or two, then see if it works. Because what's the use of getting married when you really don't know each other's ingredients, and you end up saying, oh, it was a real bad mix. The food is actually toxic when you put all those ingredients together. Remember, you're trying to make something and make a family, and for that family you need, it's like making a food. The ingredients should really mash well, be proper amounts, not just anything you find throw in there just because you want to cook something. You want to cook something good, not just cook something. All right. Jesse says, I really appreciate the time you take for this. Thank you. You're quite welcome, Jesse. I appreciate your appreciating. Just share the videos on your social media. If you don't like to share the ones about relationship, share the ones I have in the playlist called the Psyche. There's nothing to do with relationship, but it has to do with lots of, you know, what is thought, what is consciousness, fear, desire, and ego, deep conversations that, you know, you will still help us to be known by those videos, sharing them on your social media, but not necessarily about the relationship. But if you don't mind, yeah, then share any of the videos that you like on your social media, and that will help us, of course. And thank you again for being here and participating. Ashton says, I'm 33 from Southern California. I'm currently in a 2-year relationship with a wonderful woman with a heart of gold. The problem is sex. Okay. The problem is sex. I wish I was more attracted to her. Any advice? Ooh. Well, you know, I don't want to teach you, I don't want to turn this into a sex forum, but if it was maybe on a one-on-one basis on Skype, perhaps we can explore that, and then the other part of my expertise can be helpful here. Otherwise, now I don't think it's appropriate for me to, you know, discuss that sort of thing here. But first of all, you can think about what you like about sex and what you like about sex with her, and discuss that with her. And don't tell her that you're not having a good time having sex with her. Don't ever do that. But figure out what it is that turns you on and you really like about her, and focus on that and use your imagination and create a little bit of excitement for you two. Try different know-hows and approaches and techniques, and perhaps different attire and fantasy attires and things like that. So you discuss with her what she likes, and when she's telling you what she likes, you can then turn around and tell her what you like, and then in this way you guys can have a communication about how to make your sex better without offending her or saying things that would be detrimental. What I'm afraid of is that for this particular reason, if you don't solve this and figure out, you may end up breaking up with her, and then you will be kicking yourself because you are so fond of her, and you know she has a heart of gold, and you know she's the right girl for you, but only for something that is called sex, and you haven't figured it out, and thinking that by choosing somebody else, the sex will always be good. Even if you choose somebody else, the sex at one point will become kind of routine, unless you again become innovative in it. So you are there with her now, become innovative here, rather than getting to know somebody else, and then eventually, after sex being great at the beginning, and then eventually, no matter how she looks and how she turns you on at the beginning, that also becomes and hits a plateau. And then you're going to say, oh, the problem is sex. No, the problem is not sex. That problem will always be there after a while, being with the same woman, and that is something that will happen with every relationship. But you need to become innovative and discuss things and figure things out, and understand that there's a lot more to a relationship than just the sex part. Sex part is important, but also there's a lot more that can bind the relationship, because even if the sex is good, but the mentality and harmony is not there, compatibility is not there, you guys will separate anyhow. Even though then you would say, you know, the relationship, you know, it was not good. The only thing good about it was sex. It was the other way around. And then even you couldn't stick it, because you said sex by itself is not enough for a relationship. Now the relationship is good and sex is not that good, is the same as if the sex is good but the relationship is not good. So in either case, you've got to compromise. You got to figure it out. You got to discuss it and find a solution, not to think that solution is switching to another, because the another could have different problems. So there's always going to be something. So learning how to communicate and become innovative and figuring it out is better than just thinking, oh, this is not good because of this part. All right. Ayush says, hi Mehran. Hello Ayush. How are you? I'm fine, thank you, dear. And you? Reese says, 22 male UK. Hey Mehran, what's going on? What's going on is that we are here talking and trying to see if we can make sense out of the challenges that we face on a day-to-day basis. That's what's going on. Mark says, how come when I reach life goals, it's always a bittersweet feeling? It's like it's not as exciting as expected when I reach them. It tells myself to enjoy the process and journey, not the destination. Yes, that's right. That's what we've discussed in many videos, that it is the journey that you should focus on, not the destination. It's like climbing a mountain. You climb, it's very exciting and interesting and challenging, and when you get up there, they say, now what do I do? Well, that's what you wanted to do to get up there. Now you got here, enjoy it, breathe in, and then walk back. That was an experience. That's the experience that you should focus on, not the outcome. The outcome is because of the experience, and if you make the experience enjoyable, then the outcome is already been paid out. It's been worthwhile. You're trying to see, you're expecting the outcome to give you the benefit and the pleasure. But the benefit and pleasure has been given to you all along in pursuit of this outcome. So that's why you got to focus while you're trying to achieve something on the path, on the journey that you're taking to achieve that something? What is it turning you into? That's the most important thing, not the actual outcome. What you become through this journey is what you should focus on, is the most important thing, not the outcome. As something that I've used before that I learned a long time ago, it's not important to get the gold. What you become in pursuit of the gold is what's important. So to get the gold is not important, but what you become. Let's say you go and rob a bank and you got the gold. Well, you got the gold, but you became a thief, a robber. So really, getting the gold is not important. What you become in pursuit of something, that's important. So focus on that and you'll be fine. Reese Durkin says, oh, there's another part to your question. Oh, you're talking to Mike Gregor. Okay, Reese Durkin says, Mehran, what would you say is the best way to learn things so that you really remember them? I'm struggling to learn some things at work that I'm not all that into. The job is good and could potentially really help me springboard my life, but I suck at the job at the moment, because I need to learn how to do certain complex things. Learn them piece by piece. Do not try to learn the whole thing. Modulize them. Break them down. It's like trying to learn, I don't know, how to make this fascinating dish, food. If you look at them, say, I don't know how to make this. You got to do this, do that, do that. Oh, gee, I don't know. First, focus on one part. I got to mix this with this in order to make this module. That's what I'm going to learn, how to make this portion. For example, you want to make, I don't know, let's say you want to make hummus, which is probably most people are familiar with. I learned it just recently from YouTube. It was a little bit confusing, but when I focused how well it was being taught, so it broke it down. Just mix tahini and lemon juice. That was easy. I didn't have to think about making the hummus. I was only had to think about how to mix the tahini, how much of it, and how much lemon juice. That's it. That's easy. I can do that. 1 scoop of that and half a lemon. Squeeze it, get the seeds out, put it in there, and now put it in the mixer and let the mixer go for 1 minute. Oh, now look at it and then stir it and then let it go 1 more minute. Ah, yeah, okay, very creamy. It says it should be creamy. Okay, it is. Now I've let the chickpeas sit overnight in water and I've boiled them and cooked them, drained them. Now I can put 1 cup into the mixer away from the tahini and the lemon juice mix, just by itself. Mix that for a minute. Okay, I can do that. I can do that. Now to make it softer, pour a little bit of water into it, just a few tablespoon. I can do that. I can do that. I still haven't been worried about making the hummus. I'm just doing the modules. Now it says put some olive oil into that. Okay, I can do that. Now it's all smooth for 1 minute and I look at it and let it go another 1 minute and a little bit more water and a little bit more olive oil maybe. I can do that. Now it's ready. Now I mix them all, the tahini portion and the lemon juice and the chickpeas and the olive oil, smooth it out, put them together with a little bit salt and pepper, and and I let it now mix a little bit more water to be smooth. Add it gently. Now even you know how to make hummus, and after that, it's ready. A little garnishing, a little tomato on it, and I don't know, parsley, whatever, and ready. You see, it wasn't confusing when you break it down. So break it down. I remember I used to work in a computer company a long time ago, and I was trying to learn the FDL language at the time. There were no personal computers at the time. It was all big mainframes, and there was no these laptops or anything, nothing. We were just coming with personal computers, which they were still desktops with big tubes and so on. But the program was personal, beginning of the personal computer. So the person who knew about it left our company, and I decided I want to learn that. So I learned it through the manual that we had, bit by bit, piece by piece. And then I sat down and I made a program. It took me 5 hours on a Sunday afternoon. I was in the office, nobody there. And 5 hours, I made a payroll program, FDL language, field definition language. And it ran. It ran perfectly. And stupid me, I forgot about saving it. And I said, oh, great, okay. Then I turned the computer off. Boom, everything was gone. But this was my reaction. Oops, turn the computer on without getting angry and start doing the same thing. This time it took 3 hours because I knew the stuff. Once you go slowly and learn something bit by bit, piece by piece, then you know the whole ingredient of it, and you become better, just like I did. 5 hours first time, then 3 hours the next time, right away, because I let this first 5 hours, I was patient in it, tried to learn it, broke it down, and paid attention to every detail of it, not the whole thing, and tried to make myself confused. Bit by piece, bit by bit, how this means, what that means. And then I was the one who actually had to go and teach our biggest customer. When I was not a programmer, I was a salesman. And with our programmer who came, I gave that company 2 hours worth of FDL, and afterwards our programmer says, look, you gave a complete 2-hour FDL language program. So I was proud of myself, but I was the guy who knew nothing about it just about a week ago. But I dissected the whole thing. Piece by piece, I learned the bits of it that made the whole thing. Don't get bogged down by the whole thing and let it make you scared of it. Break it down. Take your time. Be patient. And you learn. Become good at one part of it. And then become good at the other part of it. And eventually you become good at the whole mechanism of this thing, whatever that is that you're referring to, and you'll be able to make it. No big deal. You can do anything you put your mind to it. It's impossible that you think you can. You're just confused a little bit or overwhelmed. But you can, because it's within your powers. Patience, focus, attention, and want to learn, want to figure out. Don't want to do it. You want to figure it out. You don't want to just do the job. You want to figure it out how its components are supposed to be done. And then the job will get done. Okay, I hope it's something for you to think about. Ashton says, thank you for the wisdom, sir. You're welcome. Tuta says, Mehran, is it good to date younger girls like 22, 23? Are the age girl okay for good and serious relationship or marriage after? How old are you, Tuta? I forgot. And anyhow, 22, 23-year-old girl, depending on which culture you come from. If it's North American girl, that's not the age to get married. She doesn't even know what she wants. She's all bought into this whole hoopla of television and the pop culture and bullshit of try this, try this, be here, be there, eat this, drink that, smoke this, and have sex with this and that, and try this. It's all about the more I try, the more I become. It's bullshit. It's not like that. You become more by learning about life and searching and researching and things that you're interested. It's not about how many guys you sleep with or how many things you smoke or how many parties you go and how many drinks you have, how many drugs you take, which should be 0. But so in North America, 22, 23 is a child, still not a real ready a full woman, because they've all been treated mostly as children. And it's all about entitlement. I got to do this, I got to do that, it's not enough. I don't want this guy, then I change it to another guy. It's all like disposable life. So if you find someone, if you're from North America, and you got to look for someone who's matured and understood that all that was bullshit, but either she's done it or she stayed away from it, but she's not anymore into that sort of things. And that doesn't happen at age 22, 23. There are anomalies, exceptions, but mostly we're talking about the majority. You're 28 years old. 28 years old, 22, 23, depends on the girl. If she's really matured, or she has a plan. Otherwise, if she's wishy-washy and her head is not properly screwed on her shoulder, it's no good. You got to find properness not in the age of the woman, but in the consciousness of the woman. If she has trained herself, she's qualified now, she's ready now, she wants to, not that it's an option that she would prefer because that makes her feel free and adult and mature if she gets married away from her own parents, and then that makes her feel mature. If that's her motivation, that's the shittiest reason to get married, because she's not there to be a wife, to build something with her husband. She's there just to get away from the present condition that she's in with her family. She doesn't feel mature enough, old enough, or she can't do the things she wants. Some girls get married and then they still want to go party and discos because these are the things they couldn't do when they were with their own, living with their own, in their own home with their parents. That's not a good motivation. So you gotta find a good balance, a mature girl who has plans, who wants to get married, who wants to have a family, who knows what she wants, who knows who she is, who has made efforts to make herself better, and she's looking for a good man. And if you are, then you guys will hit it off okay. Otherwise, it's just another exercise, which is duration will come up, and then you guys separate again. Remember, the key to survival of a relationship is not that piece of paper that says we're married. It's about the intention of they want to build something and be together or not. Two people can live together without being married, but if they're really committed, they can keep the flies away, the girl can keep the other guys away, and the guy can keep other girls away by their behavior, the way they behave in society. They present themselves with class, with manners, with stability, with balance. That's what keeps a marriage, a relationship together. Not just a piece of paper that says, we're married. Do you take yes? Do you take yes? And now we're married. Well, then they go fuck around, or they go do weird things, and they don't understand each other, communicate each other. They're always angry, upset. Why? Because they were in a good match. The piece of paper means nothing. How you guys communicate and hit it off and are compatible and respect similar plans and goals that you have, similar standards, have things in common. That's what keeps it together. And for that, you both got to get to know each other well. Marriage is not what's going to keep it together. Knowing each other and being properly compatible and willing to compromise and learn from each other, that's what's going to help keeping it together. Bonding on consciousness level. Understanding each other's fears, desires, ego. What are the pleasures you're seeking for? Understand your own psyche, and then hence you will understand each other's psyche and be able to comply with each other, help each other, and understand each other, and build something together. Together. It's the togetherness that's important, not the piece of paper. I'm married, so big deal. All right, let's go on with Reese. Says, thank you, Mehran. That's really helpful. I'll make sure to take that into the week with me. Okay, good. And Kalani says, my brother, great to see you. Kalani, good to see you too. Aloha. I'm so delighted. Everything is okay in Hawaii now. No more hurricane, no more nonsense, no more fear. So, all right, guys. It looks like that I have hit all the questions, and we have done another 1 hour and 39 or 40 minutes. I wish you well. Thank you very much for sharing this time of yours with me. I love you all and look forward to talk to you again. In the meantime, be good to yourself and to the others, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.